What's up, guys? It's Steve's MacFix, and today we're going to be going over some Apple news and tech news. It is September 5th. Okay, normally I start off with some rumors. I'm going to start off with one quick fact before we get into the rumors. Apple has actually made an official announcement of the iPod event in September 8th in Jerboa Buena Center for the Arts in San Francisco. It's a rock and roll event, and it starts off with the keynote presentation at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then all the music begins from there. But what's supposed to be announced at this big event? This is where the rumors are going to get into it. Okay, so obviously they're supposed to unveil a new iPod Nano, and they're also supposed to unveil an iPod Touch with a camera. Possibly they're also supposed to revamp of the iPod Classic with a camera. Some of those I do believe, some of those I don't. And another thing they're supposed to unveil is the Apple TV with a different reface on it, along with a bigger hard drive. I'd really doubt that one for some reason. What's going to happen with Steve Jobs at this event? We don't know. Obviously, he's been sick. We'll see if he actually makes a presentation there or not. I think he just might make a guest appearance. We'll see what happens from there. Now, in other rumors, there's more proof of the Apple tablet, or whatever you want to call it. Snow Leopard does have a bigger digital keyboard and also a numerical pad. So, more proof of the iPod, not iPod, but the Touch tablet, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, now let's get into real news now. Apple has released 10.6.1 for Snow Leopard to developers, not to the public yet. Funny thing was that it was actually released just a couple of days after the regular Snow Leopard 10.6.0 build was released to the public. So they already found out a lot of errors, and I called that out. There was too many errors, and the build is already available for developers, so make sure you check that out if you are a developer. And this will also address the incompatibility issues, some of the hardware issues, some of the airport issues, so it's going to be really interesting. Some people feel that they did rush it, and just to actually beat the Windows 7 release date for that operating system. Anyway, Apple has actually, living up to some of their words, like I said to you guys, they will come out with some fixes. Some of the developers and some of the hardware developers have actually had time with Snow Leopard, and some of the fixes are out. Apple has also released a list of uncompatible programs. Make sure you check that out too. And honestly, not all the programs are listed on that, but I'll just provide that in the show description for you guys. It doesn't include the drivers that are occurring, problems with drivers that people are having. There is enough fixes for you guys to upgrade. Go ahead and go for it if you are up for a challenge, if you do come across some issues. If you have no clue what you're doing, don't do it. And also to just wait for 10.6.1. If you're a company and you rely on your Mac, and you can't have anything wrong with it, don't upgrade yet. Other than that, that's the Snow Leopard stuff that's been going on. Now, let's go into Apple itself. SEC is starting to investigate Apple, the business Apple, for possible illegal insider stock trading. What happens is there's some illegal informants giving some information to shareholders about iPod sales and the medical status of Steve Jobs and different things. And they're telling it before it's actually released to the public. So, yeah, SEC is looking into that. Come on, guys. Corporate America, be good. Anyway, speaking of money, Apple iTunes App Store has actually been estimated at an annual revenue of $2.4 billion. That's a crazy amount of money. Now, another question, too, on Snow Leopard. People are asking, how did you get more hard drive space? Well, if you think about it the old OS X systems were based on base 2, which is how your hard drive is read. If you pop in a hard drive that is a 250 gigabyte hard drive, it doesn't read 250 gigabytes. It reads 232 gigabytes, right? Well, Snow Leopard is actually based on binary 10. And when you do pop in a 250 gigabyte hard drive, you actually do get 250 gigabyte hard drive. So the way it reads your hard drive is completely different, and also to the fact that Snow Leopard doesn't include all the drivers, and that's why people are having a lot of issues with hardware that's attached to your Mac. Okay, now going to the big Apple news and iPhone news. Obviously, some of you guys already know this. AT&T has announced that the iPhone 3G and 3GS gets MMS September 25th at no extra cost to customers that are, already having the text messaging bundle. Now, they also did touch upon tethering. It will be available in the future. They did not disclose a specific date. To me, good move because Apple already has, not Apple, but AT&T already has some issues with their service, and the iPhone takes up 7.2 megabits per second. Can you imagine all the people tethering at the same time? Your quality on your regular phone service is going to go down pretty quick. And actually, AT&T responded to some of the criticism that they have been getting, and they actually have a YouTube channel. Make sure you check this out. It's a must-have if you have an iPhone. And it talks about why they didn't put MMS out. And also, to some of the issues people are having with their iPhones has been addressed on this video. I will have it in the show description. Make sure you check that out, please. Now, AT&T is also claiming better 3G services in several cities in New York and New Jersey, Connecticut, and in the city of Houston. Some areas around there have actually supposedly improved on their 3G network. For example, what happened they did in New York City is they deployed 1,600, 850 megahertz 3G cells. So that's huge, 1,600 cells. I'm sure it improves it a little bit. I think they're just getting it ready for the MMS, obviously. Now, Apple was granted a new patent. Apple is exploring in-call features, file transfer features. So what I'm talking about is, let's say you're on the phone with someone that has an iPhone and you have your iPhone. While you're talking on the phone, you could transfer files, not just picture messages or text messages. I'm talking actual files back and forth with each other. So that's a new patent coming out. It has been granted, and obviously you'll probably see them up in the next iPhone, possibly. Now, TomTom, the GPS kit that everyone's been waiting for, they said it's supposed to be released in the end of the summer. But actually, TomTom has announced they don't have it on time, and it will be released in October instead. Now, Looped is going to be the first iPhone app to run in the background the entire time. And what is Looped? Basically, you could find out what someone's location is. Even if your iPhone is on standby or it's locked at that time, people could still find out where you are. It's a great program. I kind of used that for a little bit. Now, let's go on to apps that you definitely should check out. If you have Google Voice, make sure you check out the app called Line 2. And it's for non-jailbroken iPhones. You could get it in the App Store. You actually could use your Google Voice features on your iPhone. It doesn't include the SMS like GV Mobile does, the City app, but it does have the forwarding features for Google Voice. So big ups to them. I'm glad that feature is out for the App Store. Now, Taito, which is the developers of Bust-a-Move, the old school game, remember Bust-a-Move? They actually have Bust-a-Move for the iPhone. Make sure you check that out. Football season's out. I'm talking football Americano, whatever you want to call it. The NFL. Make sure you go ahead and check out some of the fantasy football apps that are out there. And also, too, there's a fax app actually for your iPhone, so you can actually fax from your iPhone. Check that out, too. Now, in other news, let's get on to other stuff other than Apple. Firefox Alpha for Windows Mobile is actually out. I've been actually waiting for this for my Windows Mobile phone. It's going to be huge. Firefox web browser on your Windows Mobile phone. Sprint is also going to sell their first Android phone in October, the HTC Hero. You know me, I'm an HTC Hero fan. I'm an HTC fan, at least. Also, to AT&T is going to be requiring data plans on all smartphones after September 6th, tomorrow. So that's a big downer. A lot of people purchase smartphones, although they don't use data, just because they like the hardware. Now, huge news here, BlackBerry users. BlackBerry Media Sync is available, and it syncs your iTunes with your BlackBerry, and it also syncs your BlackBerry also to your Windows Media Player. I'd download it right now. I'll put the link in the description because I don't think this is going to be up for that long. Big news there. BlackBerry gets syncing capabilities with iTunes. Now, last news really quick. G Screens, I wanted to post this up. This is a wicked looking laptop. It is Windows. Yeah, I know. But check this out. G Screens has a dual screen Spacebook. It's coming soon. It has a second screen. It kind of slides out. This is probably really good for web developers and also, too, that people are just graphical designers. But anyway, just want to share some Apple news with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video. Please rate, subscribe. See you next time. And comment below. Tell me what you think about the news. Bye.